Shalom. All praises, honor, and glorification unto our mighty, marvelous, and wonderful power. Call Halaim La Alahayan El Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai scattered across the earth. This is your brother Allah coming to you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson will be Learn to Hold Your Peace. Everything needeth not to be spoken. And this lesson will be dealing with wisdom and verbal control, right? Or verbal discipline, rather. So, Lord willing, the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai be edified. And also, Lord willing, this lesson will be a quick hitter. So, let's get right into it. So I want to start off with the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. Right, so let's get that. Salakia. Let me pull it up in a blue letter. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, verse 1. And it reads, To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sue. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. And that's the point, right? A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. See? So, verse 7, once again, it says a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. So, moving on, let me get Ecclesiastes, it's the 20th chapter. Hold tight. Gosh. Right, so, Salakia, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, it's the 20th chapter, verse 1. Which reads, There is a reproof that is not comely. Against some man holdeth his tongue, and he is wise. Right, jumping down to verse 5. It reads, There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. Verse 6, Some man holdeth his tongue, because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence, knowing his time. Right? And with that, discernment is present. You have to discern when to speak and when not to. And we should exhort to, be a mystery. Right? Like Clark Kent and Superman. Right? So let's see, verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue, because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence, knowing his time. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. Right, let me get the book of James, the first chapter, verse 19, which reads, Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of the Most High. Right? So we ought to operate in wisdom, right? Because as the scriptures say, let me see if I can find it. I believe it's Ecclesiastes 9:13. Yeah. Which reads, Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. And here's the point. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Let me get this as well. Right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, the 13th chapter, verse 13. And it reads, Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing. When thou hearest these things, awaken thy sleep. So we have to move with wisdom. And a part of operating in wisdom, or a factor of that, is, not letting everybody know your damn business. Having that mysteriousness about you. Not being all out there. Right, so, like the scriptures say, like you have the saying, don't be an open book. Or you have the term open book used metaphorically, right? Don't be an open book. The scriptures tell you, open not thine heart to every man. Let me see. Right? Because there's agents and all types of shit, man. Ecclesiastes 8:19. Let's see. I'll start at 18. And it reads, Do no secret thing before a stranger, for thou knowest not what he will bring forth. Open not thine heart to every man, lest he requite thee, meaning repay thee with a shrewd turn. Right? So now let me get the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter. Salakia, hold tight. Verse 16. And it reads, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right? Let me see. Okay, cool, 8 minutes. Let me get Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter. Verse 18. Oh, we got that, Salakia. We got that. So let me, Lord willing, I'll end it with this. Ecclesiastes 32. Verse 7. And it reads, Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue, and that takes that verbal discipline. And this is to myself first and foremost. Right? Let me read verse 9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when the ancient men are in place, use not many words. Which brings my, brings my mind back to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. Right, so, that's pretty much the point of this lesson. I just wanted to bring that out briefly. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Once again and forever, all praises, honor, and glorification unto our mighty, marvelous, and wonderful power. Call Halaim La Allahayna wa Yahweh Ba'Shemi Awashai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone once again. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect. of Yahweh Shemi Awashai scattered across the earth. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Why Yahweh Shemi Awashai Babakshah Ababa. And you sense your akim, if you sense your akwath, stay sharp and keep pushing. Shalom.